I mean, Martin Scorsese needs no introduction. He's a great filmmaker with quite a few classics under his belt. And at this point, when he puts out a movie, I expect a certain level of quality. Even if I don't like the movie, it's probably gonna be really well made. Like his previous one, Silence. It's a gorgeous movie with some really good performances. And kind of an interesting story too, but at the end of the day, I just didn't care for it. This one though looked a lot more promising, because I like myself a good gangster movie. And very few people do gangster movies like Scorsese does them. And I mean, the production value and all of that is absolutely top notch. He obviously still knows how to put together a movie, and I wouldn't expect anything less either. The cast is also absolutely ridiculous, from De Niro to Pesci to Pacino. But even the rest of the supporting cast is stuffed with familiar faces. From Anna Paquin to Ray Romano and Jesse Plemons. And that's just scratching the surface, because you even have cameos from people like Action Bronson. So you know, the acting's not gonna be an issue in a movie like this. And when the script comes from a guy who wrote things like Schindler's List, American Gangster and Moneyball, you'd expect it to be pretty good too. And it is. The story here is very interesting and basically deals with the whole Teamsters Union situation and Jimmy Hoffa, which is a name I recognized, and I knew he disappeared, but I had no idea who he actually was. But the movie essentially follows De Niro's character and how he got involved in all of that. So his journey from before he was even involved with it all the way to his death. Which granted is a long journey, and I gotta give it up to whoever was in charge of the aging and de-aging of the actors, because they did a really good job. And that's coming from someone who more often than not finds old man makeup to be distractingly bad. But if all of that is well and good, how come I didn't really end up liking this very much? Well, it basically comes down to one issue: the pacing and the overall length of the movie. Because this one moves slowly and clocks in at around 3.5 hours, which in my estimation is about an hour too long, because there's no reason for this story to take up this much time. Now, Scorsese could have proved me wrong, and I was hoping he would. After all, I absolutely loved Wolf of Wall Street, and that thing is almost 3 hours too. But here's the difference: the pacing and the overall energy. Because Wolf and a lot of other Scorsese movies too have this incredible energy to them. It's almost a trademark at this point, and has something to do with the editing and how they're put together. They just move and keep moving, like bang, bang, bang. You're never given a chance to get bored or distracted, because there's always something going on. And they're usually infused with a lot of humor too, and that makes them a lot of fun to watch. But here's the thing: this one lacks that tight pacing and that almost tangible energy. There's also not a whole lot of humor in this. There's some, but even a lot of that falls kind of flat. And I definitely wouldn't describe this as a particularly funny movie. And those things are really the main reasons I didn't really like this more than I did. I mean, I didn't hate it, and it's undeniably a well-made movie in almost every way possible. And even the story is interesting, and this could have been very, very good. But in my opinion, Marty and the gang just got a bit carried away here, and made a movie that's just nowhere near as tight and entertaining as it could have been, had they showed some more restraint when writing and editing. Because in my opinion, the truth is that very, very few movies need to be this long. And this is not one of them. But would I recommend this? I mean, if you like Scorsese and gangster movies and have a lot of patience, give it a shot. Otherwise, it's kinda difficult to recommend, since you could literally watch 2 other movies in the same time. Or, you know, you could just do whatever you want. After all, I'm not your dad. But hey, what are your thoughts on this? Have you seen it? Did you like it? Let me know. And if you enjoyed the video, maybe give it a thumbs up or sub to the channel, because that would be fantastic. And if you'd like, you can also support me on Patreon or PayPal through the links in the description. And as always, I appreciate you, and thanks for watching.